So I took a swing trade on CADJPY, and guys, I'm so grateful for this trade because it's full of lessons and it's just so interesting what happened, because it's just, yeah, crazy what happened actually. So let's start the analysis as always on the high time frame. We swept this weekly structure and we did this on all yen pairs except UJ. All yen pairs swept weekly structure and made a nice little rejection. So I was really looking to long this and use this liquidity sweep to take higher prices or to seek for higher prices. And then I was noticing this new leg on Monday or on Tuesday. Like this was happening on Monday, but I realized it in the end of the week. So I was like, I'm gonna wait for my setup. This is a nice push out. If it does that again or re-sweeps this, then I can long. But then I realized this setup is actually already my setup. It's just I didn't realize it because it happened so long ago and I didn't see it until 4 days later. But this is exactly my entry drill. This is the weekly sweep, rejection, and then we have a first leg fair value gap, second leg fair value gap. We close above the supply here. So the setup already happened. I'm basically, instead of being early to enter, I thought, oh, I want to kind of long that because this looks good. I realized I'm not early, I'm actually late. The setup is already long there. I just saw it so late. And then having all these rejections as additional confluences, I was like, what am I waiting for, man? So I just market executed. And the trade was very nice because it just went into profit right away. And when I saw that we pushed up so high and we are actually coming for these equals here, I was so close to just being grateful for being up 3%, 1.5 hour here, 3% because 2% risk. I was so close to being just grateful and close my trade, quick 3% on a swing trade that has such a huge range here. It's just, do I really want to hold this longer? Can this go higher? Yes, I was absolutely believing that this comes higher. This has so much, look at this nice little demand here. Like, could have continued like this, or it could have continued sweeping this as inducement, come higher. This is a fair value gap. This is a fair value gap. There's a daily fair value gap somewhere here. Like this had 800,000 opportunities to just go for a higher high. So I was deciding to hold it and be patient. But it's just, I noticed that really, if you risk 2% with all the daily loss rules of the challenges, it's really valuable to be flat. It's so valuable to be not in a trade. So I really, in hindsight, I should have just closed it because, I mean, if this comes up a little slower and this takes more time, as stupid as it sounds, but that would make me more willing to hold it longer because, yeah, I don't really know how to explain that. But it's just, you see how that is a freak move up. So obviously this can retrace forever before then come up. Or it can just fail and you give all the profits back. So I was just, man, shouldn't I be grateful for that huge push right away and just close it as a winner? And I should have, because what happened after is just the most unlikely freak price action that I have seen in a long time. It's just absolutely giving no regard for all the demands, all the fair value gaps. And this is not, look how we are sweeping this. And this is already a mitigated order block. This was such an unlikely area to completely fully reverse price. So it's like a double-edged sword. Like I see myself, like I get the reasons why I hold this longer. And I also would have gotten the reasons, like it's understandable too if I would have closed it there. It's not a right or wrong. It's like now it's hindsight. Obviously I should have taken my profits because in the end it went to stop me out. But I was really believing in this trade. Until it hit me, stop loss, I was firmly believing in this trade to work out because there was all the reversal potential here. And it just didn't look likely to break all these weekly structures here once more. But this time it did. It was just a crazy sell-off, very choppy. This is all suggesting a continuation to the upside. Slow down, trickle, 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 trickle. And in the end, freak push and another freak push stopped me out. And that's okay, man. I can't always be right, and I can't always manage correctly because I'm not God. Like, it's just normal. So this is a very interesting trade for me because the way I managed it, I think it was very, like, here on the top, man, this is a 50-50 call, man. Like, I understand everybody in that situation just taking profits, but I also understand everybody just keep holding it. And it's just, if this would have been chopped up like this super slowly, you know, this can reverse and stop you out because it's a choppy move up. It's just a complex pullback. But this was shooting up. It was just looking like it's gonna just trickle down and then continue up. So I really understand myself here. I'm not gonna beat myself up for that. It was okay. It was okay to lose this one. Yeah, it's hard to go from +3 to -2. But sometimes, guys, trading is like that. You have to take a punch sometimes, and yeah, instead of falling over, you just get a little stronger. And this is what I did. I wasn't beat down or anything on it. It was my second loss in 21 trades or something. So who am I to complain, man? Like, yeah, but yeah, very, 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 very interesting trade and very valuable trade. And I think if I see something like that again, that a trade goes, like, I'm so right on it, like it just goes where I want it to be with such aggression in such little time, and I expect the pullback because we did sweep a liquidity pool here. I think in that case I'm just gonna take my profits and move on, because being flat, like I said in the beginning, being not involved in markets, if I close this here, I'm flat, I can take another setup with 2% instead of another. Like, I was taking other trades with 1% to protect my daily loss from getting stopped. You know, I was just careful. I was forced to being careful, and then I was holding that. And this trade coming back prevented me from other valuable setups taking them with 2%. For example, I had a winner on here, and it was only 1.2% instead of 2.4 because I was still involved in this because I was careful with my daily loss. So it's just valuable to be flat. It's so valuable to be flat if you risk 2%. That's the biggest reason why I think I should have just taken my profits and move on. Be grateful for the 3% and just move on. So this is the lesson I learned from it. Super valuable loss this time, man. Like, I'm just grateful for this. I needed this to have this new realization. And that's the mindset you have to have as a trader. You're not always winning, but you're always winning a little bit of experience and repetition and new insights that you gain from every trade. So just so grateful for this. And guys, what do you think about this management? What would you have done? Let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions, just shoot them. And thank you for your attention. And I see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.